You know, I want to thank, can you hear me? I want to thank Todd for doing this. I think it's a good thing. I'm a small business owner, so we all know, besides the high taxes and the regulation, this other side, the litigation, is always there. It's always there. Remember on Main Street in Annapolis, shop owners have to clean the streets out front, and the mayor a few years back said right there it was in the paper, shop owners have to know if they don't clean the ice, someone could slip and they could be sued. I mean, there it was, broadcast front page, you know. We're always facing this. But the big issue the last several years, of course, is the focus on the doctors. They have been the target of most of the trial attorneys. And a few years ago, Mary Warren and others, people from MDCALA, had come to me telling me that a bill was coming to the floor out of Judiciary Committee. Those of you who don't know, the Judiciary Committee, if you're a trial lawyer and you want to be on a committee, you request Judiciary and you're there. So it kind of works against us. And the bill was to get rid of the expert witness in litigation lawsuits against doctors. And they felt that Mary was saying, you know, this is going, it's unbelievable, they've got the votes. This bill's going through, we can't believe this. And I said, well, I'll see what I can do. And I probably only had about 15 minutes to prepare, but I decided to put a face on it. And I stood up on the floor, and I said that we need our good doctors. No matter what kind of health care you feel we need to have, we need our good doctors, and we're losing them. And I talked about those that are the stats that show that the ones graduating from Hopkins aren't staying, and from our good universities, medical universities here. And then I turned to Anne Arundel County delegation. We all sit together. And it's evenly divided, Democrats, Republicans. And I started naming some names about some doctors leaving and how we need them. I mentioned a couple from Prince George's. And I said that this bill makes it tougher. Any doctor, any business person probably can think back and wishes they made a choice a little differently. But when you're on the spot, you have to make a choice. And who do you want to make that choice? Someone who's best educated in that situation. And that is the doctor. And he should be punished if he wishes later that he gets differently. We lose our doctors because of that. I sat down quietly. I waited until some of the trial attorneys from Judiciary got up and argued. And then I got up and I used the F word. And it really got under their skin. The F word being frivolous. Oh boy, did that get under their skin. They don't like that word. And they got kind of bent out of shape, and I think it helped us a little bit. In the end of the debate, we defeated the bill. And bills that come out of committee, I don't know if you know it, it's an insult to that committee chairman if you get up and speak against the bill that they brought out of committee. And to them, you might as well not even show up on the floor because they've already decided the bill should pass. And they're going to hold it against you, and none of your bills will ever pass in their committee if you get up to speak against their bill. It's very heavy-handed. Didn't stop. In the end, we defeated the bill 71 votes to 64. 71 is the minimum constitutional majority you need to stop the vote. A year later, I had the idea of starting a doctor's caucus because we had so many people on Judiciary that are trial lawyers. We have a lot of people on health and government operations that get their donations from Care First and others. And I wanted to start a different way to help educate the legislators on what's happening. Started a bipartisan doctor's caucus. I made sure there were more Democrats than Republicans. I went locally here in Anne Arundel County. This is the district you're sitting in that I represent. And since they're closer, we made sure that those doctors knew that we needed them to be involved. And we had very quickly 70 doctors on the doctor's advisory instantly. And I think it ended up growing to a couple hundred before the end of session. And they made their presence known. They gave personal witnesses, personal stories. We had some doctors from Montgomery County and other places coming on board. And we made sure these doctors are calling their local legislators. And we use the caucus as a way to educate them. So this is one thing that we do. You know, I went out today with my 8-year-old son, and I stopped by Toys R Us. And I wanted something father-son to do together. And I pulled into Toys R Us, and I wanted to get just a model to work on together, a model car. And they said, oh, we've just taken those off the shelves. We don't want to be sued if something happens with the glue or with a part or a kid swallowing a part. I mean, it gets into our life, it gets into our freedom constantly. It's gone much too far. In my race, Judd Legum is running. He is the son of Alan Legum, who's known very well as an ambulance chaser. He's one of the biggest litigation attorneys in town. So I'm a target, but you know, that's okay. We're running a good race, and you got to do what's right. So I thank you all for being here. Thank you for being part of this. it's a good thing to be a part of. And I thank you, Todd.